Well, let's dive into the Patreon mailbag. If you want to submit a question to the mailbag for me and Denise to answer, become one of our pledge hammers over on Patreon at any dollar amount and leave a comment in the community tab. Do not email me. I will just lose it. I'm bad at my job. Jonathan Hedman says, number 1, what made you a fan? Number 2, what keeps you a fan? And number 3, what promotion that isn't on the network do you wish you could see so you could go back and relive the glory days?
All right. So the first one was what made you a fan?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what made me a fan is I started recording shows for my uncle. And so I would record Raw every week because he was at work on the little VCR recorders.
Mm-hmm.
And so what made me a fan was that I would watch every single week the shows. So essentially I ended up starting to follow the storylines, but I was attracted to people like Austin, like Jericho. What I think what attracted me more was the personality aspect of it, the very character driven stuff. What keeps me a fan, it's weird. It's just something that's been a part of my life for so long. And when something's been a part of your life for so long, it's just a part of who you are, right? Like I can't even imagine, even if I were to say tomorrow, I'm done watching wrestling, I'm done. I don't know. I would still know what's happening. I would still know the news. I just can't imagine not knowing about it. It would still be part of my life. And what was the third question?
What promotion that isn't on the network, which is actually quite timely because they've now, as of tomorrow, they're adding a whole bunch of stuff onto the network.
I saw that. I don't think I have one in particular, honestly. And I'm also subscribed to every other wrestling subscription. I'm on it. So I don't have a specific one for that one.
Yeah, I was going to say TNA was the one that jumps to mind, but I can get Impact Plus, so I can watch that on there.
Exactly.
What made me a fan was Cactus Jack Triple H Royal Rumble 2000. And that was it was such a great story, and you're right, it was the characters that really kind of kept me there to be like, oh wow, this is amazing. And then you get The Rock and all these big stars, and it's just you just sort of fell in love with it and be like, wow, I can't stop watching this thing. It's so cool. But and what keeps me a fan is it's always been there. I did stop watching wrestling after 2002, after the invasion was done, which I was really let down by. And then it was when I've told this story many times, when Hogan won the title at Backlash 2002. I was like, I'm done. I don't need to see this isn't the company this isn't the wrestling I once liked. Also, my friends had stopped watching. But when I went to university and my friend was into wrestling, my housemate was into wrestling, and we watched New Year's Revolution 2005 together. He was like, oh, hey, I'm going to watch this. My friend has just sent me up the tape. Do you want to watch it? I was like, yeah, fine. I'll give it a go. As soon as it started, I was like, I'm back. I'm back in. I haven't watched wrestling in a few years. It really was. I hadn't watched wrestling in a few years, but as soon as it came back in, I was like, oh yeah, I love wrestling. Wrestling's great. And then I just spent my university years going back and rewatching all the stuff that I'd missed.
It happens though. It happens. I remember when I went to college, I was sort of not as up to date with things. But then again, all of a sudden I'm not as busy anymore. I'm back. You're back. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think it also helped at the time I went in that 2005 period. I went through a pretty bad breakup, and my friend she broke up with me on the same day as Royal Rumble 2005. And my friend to cheer me up said, "Look, we're going to go watch Rumble 2005 live with around a friend's house. Do you want to come?" And I was like, "Yeah, do you know what? It's better than wallowing in sadness." So yeah, I'll go watch the show.
Wait, you got dumped on probably one of the most exciting days to be a wrestling fan. I don't care how bougie anyone is about their wrestling taste. Everybody gets excited for the Royal Rumble. It's fun, okay? So that's really sad. I hope you don't think about that anymore when you watch the Rumble.
It's fine. I mean, I'm married now. Times have moved on. It was 15 years ago.
There you go.